Yo, it's Teta time, yeah. And today, what we're going to be talking about is angles. I don't know what that was, but angles. What an angle is, all right? So an angle is when it's formed where two rays meet together. Now what you're saying, Mr. Teta, what's a ray? A ray is kind of like a line, except it doesn't have two arrows. It has one that has a dot on one side, and the other side of it is an arrow saying it goes on forever. So when two of these come together at the same dot, we have an angle that's formed. So angles can be all different types of measures, but we classify them by their measures. All right, so let's first look at an acute angle. An acute angle is one that's less than 90 degrees. So like this example right here, that angle is 50 degrees. That's less than 90, so it's an acute angle. Next, we have obtuse angle. So obtuse angles are angles that are greater than 90, okay, but less than 180. I want to make sure, I didn't write that right there, but you need to make sure it's less than 180, but it's greater than 90 degrees. So anything between 90 and 180, and so that example right there, you see that that's 120 degrees. That's an obtuse angle. A right angle is an angle that's exactly 90 degrees. And what you'll notice in this example is it's got that little box. Anytime you see that little box, they're telling you, hey, this is a right angle, it's 90 degrees. So you need to make sure you take note of that. So you have three examples. You have acute, obtuse, and right. So sometimes you're gonna have to classify them based on their angle measure. But also we have these cool things, these cool relationships with angles, and we're just going to get started with it here in 7th grade. But as you guys keep on going, you're going to learn more and more about these angle relationships. But let's talk about the first one right now. So these are complementary angles. So when I say two angles are complementary, I'm saying that they add up to 90 degrees. So an example of that, if I have these two angles, angle B and angle A. Let's say the angle A is 59 degrees. Angle B is 31. They're complementary of each other. So if I put them together, I see that they add up to 90 degrees. So anytime two angles add up to 90 degrees, I have complementary angles. Now, let's look at another example right now. Hold on. That wasn't supposed to happen. It was supposed to, hold on. Whoa. There it goes. All right. So now let's look at the other type of angles we have, supplementary angles. Supplementary angles are two angles or more, it can be more than two, that add up to 180 degrees. Complementary was 90, supplementary is 180 degrees. So this example right here, I have angle H and I have angle G. Angle G is 62 degrees, angle H is 118. If I put these two together, I see that they make a 180 degree angle. What you need to know, 180 degrees is a straight line. So anytime I put two angles together and they make a straight line, that's supplementary angles. That means they add up to 180. So how we do this is we try to find two numbers that add up to 180 for supplementary and two angles that add up to 90 for complementary. So what we're going to do is, what we can do, is we can take the idea of complementary and supplementary and plug in to solve equations. So let's look at this example. They tell us that these two angles are supplementary. In your mind, when you see the word supplementary, know they add up to 180. They tell us find x. Well, one of the angles is 144, the other one is x. So since they're supplementary, I know that I can do x plus 144 and get 180. And so now I just have a one-step equation. I subtract 144 from both sides, and I see that x is 36, so it's 36 degrees. So now we can do the same thing for complementary. It says find the complement of angle T, and they tell us that angle T is 27. If they say find the complement, they're just saying complementary. So what we know is that something plus 27 gives me 90. So x plus 27 equals 90. We have a one-step equation. What's the opposite of plus 27? Subtract 27. So we do that to both sides, and we find out that x is 63. So let's go through those two examples again. So supplementary, I did 144 plus x, solved for x just like I would a one-step equation and got x equals 36. Complementary, I did x plus 27 and got my answer of 63. So this is how we can use complementary and supplementary angles to find our missing piece. So that's what you guys are going to have to do, and that's how math works. Is all of a sudden they've taken the world of algebra, equations, and brought it in with geometry, and they have come together for a BFF friendship, just like you guys do with your Snapchat buds and all that. I'm not sure where I'm going with this right now, but anyway, but complementary and supplementary can help us solve equations. So I know that you guys can do this. Angles are not that bad. Tether time out.